beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It is Tiffany. I hope you guys are doing well. So in this week's video, I wanted to share something with you guys that is so important for a believer to know about, and that is spiritual warfare. The topic is quite popular. There's a lot of information out there about spiritual warfare, but I really wanted to just kind of add value to that information and share with you 3 books that have literally expanded my knowledge about spiritual warfare and about deliverance and so on and so forth. So the first book I want to share with you is my favorite, and it is Strong Man, His Name, What's His Game. I love this book. I love how the author, Doctors Jerry and Cal Robinson, how they actually wrote the book. They kind of did it more like in a workbook type of a theme, and also have really great illustration, just visual aspect of the book that I actually enjoy. And one of the things that I enjoy about the book is that it does features about 14 strong men in this book. And then what it does is that it breaks down the strong man and the demonic spirits that's attached to it. So for example, this is a spirit of bondage. It has a scripture reference here, but it also have other spirits that are associated with the strong man spirit of bondage, such as fears, fear of death, bondage to sin, and so on and so forth. So it also gives you a scripture reference. It talks about you got to bind the strong man, which is the spirit of bondage, and loose liberty, spirit of adoption, and so on and so forth. So I love this book because it not just tells you about the strong man, it actually kind of give you a guide on how to pray, that you have to bind it and then you have to loose it. So again, this book is more so my go-to out of the 3 books. I do enjoy it, and I've had this book for so long, and I'm just so grateful that I kept it in great condition, and I still pull it to reference this book a lot of times. Now, the second book, that I want to share with you is Pig in a Parlor. Now, this book here you might have heard about because it is quite popular, and it is a practical guide to deliverance. Now, if you are in ministry, or if you believe that God has called you to deliverance ministry, you definitely want to get your hand on this book here, because it does give you a practical guide. It talks about how demons are entered. It talks about how to start a deliverance team. It talks about 7 steps for retaining deliverance, how to maintain deliverance. And that is so important, because a lot of times when we do go to church, or a lot of times when Christians go to church or believers, and they get prayed for and they feel free and so on and so forth, you have to know how to maintain your deliverance. So this book here is golden. It is definitely something I think every believer needs to have in their library. So the third and final book I want to share with you is Defeating Dark Angels. Now, this book here is quite interesting how the author, Charles Kraft, wrote this book, because it's almost giving you stories. It gives you different people experience on defeating dark angels. And this one is also another great book as well. It talks about dealing with the garbage through inner healing. It talks about demonic attachment and the strength. It talks about our power and authority that we have as believers, as Christians. So this book is definitely a go-to book for me as well. These 3 books is my main source when it comes to refreshing myself on the topic, or if I want to just pull it to get some information to share with a friend. These are the books that I actually gravitate to. And I do want to mention that the author of Pig in a Parlor is Frank and Ida Hammond. So definitely pick up these 3 books. But if I can recommend any, it would definitely be this one. This is my favorite. So anyway, guys, I hope that this video was helpful for you today. Until we see each other again, peace and love. Bye.